Alright guys, we got another very exciting video today. Interestingly enough, even though January has been a very dry month as it usually is for sneakers and all that, I kind of forgot how many cool videos we can make just using the resources that we have. So this is going to be fun for sure. You already read the title. This is going to be the best of my Snkrs account. These are going to be the best things that I've personally been able to attain for retail from the Nike Snkrs app. This obviously does not include anything that I've gotten outside of the Snkrs app, so the Alma Meniere Jordan 4s are not going to be on the list because I got them off the Alma Meniere website. Other things like that will not be on the list, even though they would have made the list had they been on my Snkrs account. Now, this took a while to do, like getting all these shoes. I started buying stuff from the Snkrs app in February of 2019, and ever since then I haven't really stopped. But this is across 4 different accounts, and this is like everything. This is literally everything I've copped, including honorable mentions. This is basically all my good cops. So let's jump straight into the honorable mentions. I'm going to grab my list here because it's so much to remember that I literally can't even think of all of it at once. So first off, we got the Bart Simpson SB Dunks. Now this was actually in the year 2022. Now that I'm looking back at it, 2022 was by far the worst year on my personal Nike Snkrs accounts because I pretty much only hit like a few different shoes, but it was still really good, and my luck is crazy saying that 2022 was my worst year because it was still really good. So we got the Bart Simpson SB Dunks, it's a great shoe. We got the Paisley SB Dunks, also a pretty cool one. A lot of dunks are going to be on this part of the list because they don't go for that much, and a lot of them are not that cool in my opinion. Even though I am a huge dunk fan, there's just a few of them that I've gotten that I didn't really care about. So those two would probably consist of those. Also the eBay SB Dunks, which I did a review on, got those on the Nike Snkrs app. I don't really like those. The Plum Nike Dunks, those are like a regular dunk. Those would have made the list, but they just missed out on it. They'd probably be in like 11th or 12th. Then we got the Thunder 4s, another crazy fire shoe. We got the Royal Toes and the Core Purples, which both came out at around the same time. Both cool shoes, but they don't go for a lot. So replacing them wouldn't be very hard, and that's definitely something that is a consideration. And then probably my personal favorite would be the SACAI Blazers in the Legend Blue colorway. I love that shoe, and I really wish I never sold it, but actually I sold it to a friend, so I guess that's better than just dumping it on StockX. Alright, with that being said guys, let's jump straight into my top 10 sneaker pickups of all time from the Nike Snkrs app. I'm going to include like pictures of the shoe and all that. So number 10, we have the Jordan 4 TAUPE HAZEs. These are pretty much like a budget version of the Alma Menieres, even though I'm pretty sure they go for higher than the Menieres, but they're not a collab. They have Jumpman on the back, and they have like this speckled theme to them with that beige and red color scheme. It's a pretty cool shoe, not that much to say. I hit these on my brother's account. I hit a lot of these shoes on my brother's account. For whatever reason, his account is far luckier than my personal one, especially with the fact that I haven't really bought that many shoes on the account, which you would think would hinder it, but it didn't for whatever reason. And the TAUPE HAZE Jordan 4 has to come in at number 10. So at number 9 is a shoe that I personally sold for around retail, which really annoys me. And there's going to be a lot of shoes on the list that I wish I didn't sell at all, ever. These two are ones that I wish I held on to, but I probably wouldn't have worn them even if I still had them today. So number 9, we got the fire red Jordan 4s. I remember, these were literally bricks. Everyone could have gotten them, and now they're going for well over $400. Just goes to show you the power of the sneaker market and just how crazy it really is that a shoe like the fire reds could shoot up that much when stock was pretty dang high. Really wish I didn't sell them for the low, but it is what it is. A classic colorway. A lot of OGs would probably put these at the top of their list, along with the fire red 3s, which I believe will also go up. Those won't be on the list because I didn't hit on them, but the fire red 4s are definitely a clean one. I know the quality was really bad, but besides that, it was a fire shoe. Coming in at number 8, it's going to start a theme for a certain colorway of shoe that for whatever reason I just always seem to get lucky on. And this was also my first ever Snkrs at W, which has to put it above the rest in some regards. It's also one of the most expensive shoes on this list, but again, I sold it way too early, which is going to be a theme for the video. These are the UNC patent Jordan 1s, the blue chills if you will. Similarly to the Obsidian ones, these basically took over the entire internet. They took over TikTok. Everyone was fiending for them, and even though they were a women's shoe, a lot of women wanted them, a lot of men wanted them. I personally think there's better shoes out there, but these are a cool Jordan 1 that I did hit for retail. I believe I hit an 8W, which is my sister's size. So honestly, going back, I would have just given them to her because I sold them for like $250 and now they're at like $650, which is just one of those cases. I can think of an infinite amount of times that this happened, but yeah, the UNC patents come in at number 8. So number 7 is a shoe that I actually ended up wearing after I got it from my Snkrs at W, and this starts off a crazy set of cops from my mom's account. I don't know why. My account is just the least lucky one, and then my mom's and my brother's are just insane. So definitely number 7 has to be the Shattered Backboard 3.0s. I got these in my size. I wore them for like forever, like literally forever. But then I ended up selling them because I took off the glazed pattern on them, which kind of ruined the shoe. Overall, I don't really like the shoe, to be honest. I think that the Taxi Jordan 1s and the Starfishers are both better shoes than that one. My sister still has them. I got them in grade school and men's. I've had crazy luck with Jordan 1s in particular. I've pretty much hit every single one except for the Mochas. The Mochas I missed, but I hit these. I hit a bunch more that'll be later in the list. So yeah, coming in at number 7, sorry, has to be the SBB 3.0s. Again, sold them way too early, but now they go for over $400. Alright, so coming in at number 6, and I'm cheating a little bit right here because I'm putting two shoes in the same spot, but they are so similar and I hit them both at pretty much the same time. So the UNC Jordan 1 Suedes and the Hyper Royal Jordan 1s. These have to be at number 6. Both insanely clean shoes. Some of the best that 2021 had to offer. I ended up wearing a pair of the UNC Suedes and I sold them, which I regret. I really regret selling all of these shoes, to be honest, because they are my top 10. But yeah, the UNC Suedes were crazy. The Hyper Royals I wasn't as fond of, but they went for pretty much the exact same price, and they were both really clean shoes. So those have to be number 6. Not that much to say, but there was an insane amount of profit on both of those. Like, I hit like 3 pairs of the Hyper Royals, and they went for like $400, so add that up. The UNCs went for like $450. So yeah, crazy prices and just great shoes overall. Really regret selling these. And then number 5 is also a similar shoe. This one I actually gave absolutely no credit to in the moment when I got it. I didn't even like recognize that this was actually an insane shoe. This is another UNC colorway, the last of the list. These are the UNC 4s, and I really regret selling these. I wish I kept them. My trainer always wears them and I'm jealous every time. UNC is like my favorite colorway too, besides Chicago. But yeah, so honestly it might even be higher than Chicago, but these are an insane shoe. Now they're going for like $500. This is my top Jordan 4 on my list. It's probably like one of my favorite Jordan 4s of all time. But yeah, of all the Jordan 4s I've got on Snkrs app, I didn't wear any of them, which is really a shame. But UNC 4 has to be number 5. Now we're going to get into the actually crazy part. These are my 4 best Snkrs W's, and these are well above the rest, in my opinion. The UNC 4s are cool, but these next 4 are insane. So this could be a toss-up. I could honestly rank these anyway, but I'm just going to rank off personal preference. So coming in at number 4 is the off-white Jordan 5s in the sail colorway. These were the shoe that I made the most off of on any of these Snkrs wins. This was the most expensive one. It also helped that I sold these at a really good time. I sold them right when I got them, so because I wasn't tempted to wear them for whatever reason, I think they were a half size too big for me. And crazy story about them, I actually hit them on my brother's account, and I ended up hitting them after I got the sold out message, and I re-upped on a different size 10.5, and I hit them. Clean shoe. I don't really like this shoe, to be honest. Like, if I'm being honest, I don't even regret selling that one because it's just not that cool in my opinion. But it was a crazy amount of profit. I made like $700 total of it, so like $500 profit. Insane. And now Virgil's dead, so all the offlets will go up over time. But these are one of those ones that never reached that value that they were at when I sold them. So I actually sold them at the right time. Number 4 on the list. Craziest shoe in terms of price, but not my favorite, so it's gotta be before my 3 top Snkrs W's, which are my favorite cops. These are all like pretty unique shoes. So number 3, we got the SACAI WAFFLE in the white colorway. These were my babies for so long. I wore these literally forever as well. I wore them for like at least a year or something, and then I sold them. They were beat to the ground, but honestly I regret that because I should have just kept them. They were in my size, and I didn't even get that much for them. I got like $200 something off of them, which is so dumb. Like, I don't know why I sell things for the prices that I do. My mindset has definitely shifted over time, and had this been like a few years ago, this probably would have been my number 1 cop of all time. But since I'm not exactly crazy about the shoe like I used to be because of comfort issues, but insane shoe, I really like them, and they are basic, but they're still cool. If I would have hit like one of the colorful colorways or the black ones, I probably would have ranked them number 2, but the white ones aren't the best. So number 3 for that, and I ended up getting some wear out of them, which is nice. So number 2 is the one that everyone's been talking about all year. Obviously, it's the Chicago Lost and Founds. Like, everyone pretty much who hit these, it's gonna be in their top 5 hits of all time. And these were actually the first ever hit that I got on my dad's account. I wasn't able to enter on mine, but he entered on his. So I'm not even going to talk too much about the shoe because we've already mentioned it so many times, but insane shoe. I still have it. If I would have sold it, I know I would have regretted it so bad in the future, and it would have been like probably my number 1 regret ever. But I have them in my possession. I'm never letting them go because we have seen how that goes over the course of all these shoes. And yeah, number 2 for sure. In terms of price, it'd probably be like number 5 or number 6, but this is not based on price. So before my camera dies, number one, it was so obvious to me what number one was going to be just because of how obsessed with the shoe I was, and this is probably my biggest regret throughout all of sneakers, was not keeping this shoe that I hit for retail. And these are the off-white dunks in the pine green colorway. A lot of you guys are probably going to disagree and put something else on this list higher, but for me it has to be these, because you guys don't understand the obsession that went into the shoe after I sold it. I bought it back in a used pair. I bought the Michigans, I bought the red ones. I love that shoe, and that's like one of my favorite off-whites ever, even though it's not that original, but I think it's so clean. And it's like right before Virgil started going downhill. It's a must-have for me. I'm probably gonna get it back eventually, but for now, I'm off-white dunkless, if you will, and I wish I would have kept those. The lot dunks, I never hit on them, and I don't even like them. Those are ugly, but yeah, the green off-white dunks had to be number one for me, and I wish I would have held them because now they go for like $800. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford one again, and even if I care that much to buy it back, because I had it so many times. But with that being said, those are my craziest sneaker cops of all time. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for more, and I'll see you all later. Peace.